The edition of Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. What are we talking about today? A former Anambra State Governor and opposition head Peter Obi says that he remains a vibrant member of the Labour Party, though he is an active member of the African Democratic Congress ADC coalition adopted by the opposition to unseat President Bola Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress APC, who is eyeing a second term of 4 years in office in 2027. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is still a member of the People's Democratic Party PDP, while also still a member of ADC. Is this even legal in Nigeria to do this, being in two different political parties at the same time? An analyst I spoke to yesterday said ADC may be a political party, but it is also a coalition. What does that mean? Locally, we have a legal practitioner who will be helping us to answer those questions today. Secondly, the United States Mission in Nigeria has announced that all applicants for FMNJ non-immigrant visas must now adjust their social media accounts privacy settings to public. FMNJ visas are non-immigrant visa categories issued by the US government for individuals coming to the country for educational and exchange purposes. The mission stated that the applicants in those categories must now set their personal social media profile to public as part of a new visa requirement. So those are what we're going to be talking about today on Matters, Voice of the People 90.3 FM. You can call me Solo, you can call me Mr. Solo, you can call me Souls, SOLS, you can call me Mr. Souls, but officially I am Solomon of FM. Again, welcome to the show. Okay, you know how we do it. I'll introduce the topic, I'll talk, I'll invite my analyst, he will analyze the topic for discussion, after which the phone lines will be open for you to make your contributions. So for now, it's just going to be me and the analyst talking these topics out. And when the time is right, the floodgate will be open, the town hall will be open for you to make your contribution. Do you agree with what our analyst is saying? Or do you think he's wrong? Or you have a dissenting views? And it's time you will make your contribution. You will have your say. If you're just tuning in, this is Matters on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Let's quickly go to the first topic for discussion, where former Anambra State Governor and opposition head Peter Obi says that he remains a vibrant member of the Labour Party, though he is an active member of the African Democratic Congress ADC coalition adopted by the opposition to unseat President Bola Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress APC, who is eyeing a second term of 4 years in office in 2027. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar is still a member of the People's Democratic Party PDP, while also still a member of the ADC coalition. Is this even legal in Nigeria? Being in two different political parties at the same time. We have Shakiru Omolaja, a legal practitioner and current affairs analyst, right here with us today. Barrister Omolaja, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon again.
So, you said, is it legal for someone to be in two political parties at the same time? Or is it that ADC is not a political party, as it were?
Your question is a little tricky.
Okay.
But you seem to have decided. People, no person can be able to keep parties at the same time. So, when you talk about association, what political parties now? A man is linked to one or more associations that is too big to belong to. But I need to repeat myself that no person can legitimately belong to two political parties simultaneously. So I don't know whether that answers the question. I am taking a big deal.
Hello, sir.
Which the understanding is that
Hello, sir.
the highest law of the land. Are you with me, please?
Okay, we can hear you clearly now. We couldn't hear you from the start. It's a network issue.
And there was this music that was really disturbing. Maybe the music was from your end.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, go on, sir.
All right. So, I said, strictly speaking, no person can legitimately belong to two political parties simultaneously. No, that would be an aberration. Could you possibly belong to APC and at the same time belong to PDP and be picking tickets from both parties? That would be abnormal. That would be against the law. But having said that, I'm saying I am having at the back of my mind the right of every Nigerian, every citizen to belong to associations of his choice.
Okay.
I may belong to an association of barbers. I may decide also to belong to an association of clothes sellers, as long as I meet their criteria to so belong. I may belong to an association of Christians, and at the same time I may choose to belong to an association of some other thoughts or groups. But when it comes to politics, we have a body called INEC that regulates the registration of parties and the conduct of elections into offices. So, putting it very, very simply, no man can validly, legally, or legitimately belong to two political parties at the same time. Bringing it to the discussion at hand, you mentioned the African Development ADC,
African Democratic Congress. Yeah.
Yes. And PDP, and the interest shown by the gentleman Peter Obi, presidential candidate under the Labour Party in the 2019 election, and the gentleman, former vice president of the country of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, claiming that now they have formed a coalition in the ADC, and at the same time, Obi is saying that he is a valid, legitimate member of the Labour Party. I think he's saying, I am a strong member of the PDP. The way we can understand this is this. Remember, we are dealing with politics.
Yes.
The ADC, like you rightly asked, is it a party properly so called with INEC? That's one. Two, do not forget what happened in River State that brought about the President Buhari, which eventually culminated in the declaration of the state of emergency, when it appeared that the governor was about to be impeached after the Supreme Court judgment, saying that the Rotimi Amewule-led faction was the what thing will have to be the speaker or was the authentic speaker? What happened? 23 or 24 persons who came into office, who got to the River State House of Assembly as PDP members, woke up one day and declared to the hearing of everybody that they were now APC members. Now, upon that, 3 members of 4 of the River State House of Assembly now said, well, the law is that if you came into power upon the ticket of a political party and you now abandon the ship and join another political party, you must lose your seat. They went to court. And remember the intrigue in politics. The 23 lawmakers who defected, as it were, now say, go and bring the register of APC to show our names as card-carrying members of APC. Go and show our cards to Nigerians where it is shown that we are actually card-carrying members of APC. And because nobody could present that, because the fact that they were still members of the PDP until it is properly established beyond reasonable doubt that, or convincingly, that this person indeed belongs to APC. They ask, go to the world, go to university and show us where we belong to APC. Show the documents. Therefore, if anybody is saying that Peter Obi is no longer a member or is no longer qualified to conduct or to run for any office under the platform of the Labour Party, that he is now a member of the African Democratic Congress, such a person should not forget the precedent I have just cited, that it may be just mere talk, political calculations. Are we saying, therefore, that Peter Obi, David Mark, and all of them who gathered, John Oyegu, all of them, Atiku Abubakar, is there anywhere we can show that they have been registered as members of the African Democratic Government? Remember the name they gave to the association. They said it is a coalition. A coalition normally presupposes one thing or means one thing. A coming together, the form of an alliance. This coalition will eventually begin SDP, begin PDP, begin Labour Party, begin so many other parties. It is a coming together, the joining of forces to fight, according to them, the APC, and remove the incumbent president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, from power come 2027. So let us understand it in the context of what it is. Politics, it is mere political intrigue. Atiku remains, as far as I understand, a formidable force, a power to reckon with in the PDP, despite the glaring problems of the PDP. Ditto for Peter Obi, despite all the factions of Abure and the other persons in the Labour Party. So many people who have some deep understanding of politics want to believe that maybe the leadership of APC is sponsoring the division to these other rival parties. But because when you look at some of the things that are popping up in PDP and the Labour Party, you want to ask, can these people come together and present a formidable front to the APC? But it appears they would rather lose everything than present a concerted effort, a joint front to oust APC from power. Let me put a pause there, please.
Okay. The ADC may be a coalition, but it is also a political party at the end of the day, an existing political parties that have been on for years. So that's a party, it'd be a coalition. As I said, it is a political party. And if people say, I'm now a member of ADC, isn't that enough for it to it to say they are a member of this political party?
A very simple way to answer you, and of course I will have to repeat myself. It is not just a mere declaration that you become member of a political party. No, 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 no. You must obtain cards. You must register. Your name must be found on the register of the political party. You must have been shown to be attending meetings. Like the core members, or let me say, the founding fathers of ADC are not complaining about the emergence of David Mark as an interim leader of ADC. They are asking, when did David Mark join ADC for him to become the temporary leader of the party? I hope you understand it.
Yeah.
So it is not possible. You cannot just by mere declaration. Let me also declare that I am a member of the PDP. I'm also a member of the ADC. I'm the APC. Therefore, I am a member of this party. No. There must be valid. It's just like somebody who does not register for an exam, or somebody who did not attend a particular school, to not go to social media and claim, oh, I am a member, I am a graduate of this school. They will ask you, show us your certificate, or if possible, your certificate. Show us your damn admission letter, your maybe possibly some of your results while you were in school and when you graduated. Show us pictures. So I am, for emphasis, I am repeating myself. It is not possible. It's not even logical for someone to just wake up, come together with some other person and say, now, we are taking over a party that was... Remember ADC? It's actually in existence as a political party, like you have also corrected me now. And people were not doing that to members of that party. Please, there should be a process. Did you not hear how the judge described all of these persons? They said they are bunch of jokers. Like, we just couldn't believe it. That the caliber of the person he's seeing could fall to such mischief. Or say now they are jumping from a formidable party like PDP to join more or less a non-known party like the ADC. Honestly, it's a joke. So it's not just by mere declaration. It is a solid process of documentation.
So in this situation now, if Peter Obi or Atiku Abubakar emerges as the presidential flag bearer, but which political party can he become a flag bearer? Is it in this case Labour Party or the ADC, or is it PDP or ADC or both? How does this work?
If my memory serves me right, remember that it is still even questionable how Peter Obi in 2019 joined the Labour Party and emerged the presidential candidate.
2023.
I don't know whether you remember. Some Nigerians are seriously aggrieved. Some core members, founding fathers of Labour parties said, how come Peter Obi joined the Labour Party? He took advantage of the anti-SARS, whatever. He had a national, prominent presence in the face of Nigeria, and therefore he relied on that and got the ticket of the Labour Party. Yes, he got away with that, as it were. I am not sure at all that he's likely to get away with the level of opposition we are seeing on television, radio, newspapers, from the gentleman who was the presidential candidate of the ADC in the 2019 election. I can't really recollect his name now.
Kachiku, 2023.
2023 election. Yes, 2023 election.
Yeah.
Yes. He is protecting everywhere. That he came fit in that election. How can anybody without consulting him now say they are coming together to hijack the party? To put it very simply, it is not possible. It is not likely. But as I'm saying this, I am cautioning myself. So, some Nigerians thought in 2023 that Peter Obi would not successfully, legally, pick the presidential ticket of Labour Party. He ended up running as the presidential candidate of Labour Party. I think what I will say here is that let Nigerians keep their fingers crossed and watch development unfolding in the political arena. Honestly, our politicians could be likened to magicians. We do not know what they are going to do from their hearts. Let's just watch what is going on. But tomorrow now, are you not surprised that a whole state, Akwa Ibom, Delta, who got into power, policy, with the ticket of PDP, and what happened? They all jumped ship and said today we are APC. I hope you understand me, please.
Yeah, we do.
Yes. So that's my take. Let's keep our fingers crossed. And we'll take it from there.
So in the real sense now, if P2B becomes the presidential flag bearer of ADC or Atiku Abubakar becomes a presidential flag bearer of ADC, while not resigned from their current or the other or parent political party, will that be legal or illegal?
It is absolutely illegal. Absolutely. In a pity, you can't see me smiling here. And what am I trying to say? They would have succeeded like they did in 2023. I will mistakenly say 2019.
Yes.
Like they did. You know, Nigerians are saying, just are very, very bitter against the duo of Peter Obi and Atiku. That if only they were able to die to their ego, if only Peter Obi agreed to run with Atiku Abubakar, that there was no way they could have lost the election. The millions of votes they divided among themselves will have been combined to defeat the votes that the APC got. There's this saying, history repeats itself. First, as a joke, later, as a tragedy. A tragic mistake will still be made come 2027 electioneering. Because the gentleman called Peter Obi, look at the body language of the two of them. The two of them are now supposedly, ostentatiously in the same party. In less than a week, Peter Obi is already declaring to Nigerians, I am not going to run as anybody's
vice president.
No. I am running on my own merit. I am running as a presidential candidate. And let me say this, please. I am a very sensitive Nigerian to the issues of politics, ethnicity, and other parameters that determine what we do in this country. I am not oblivious to the fact that the Southeast will not forgive Peter Obi if he agrees to go and play second fiddle, as some of them are putting it. Like our father, Dr. Alex Ekweme, was vice president. How many years ago? Decades ago. They are asking themselves, is the Southeast only good to play vice president or deputy or whatever? If truly the Southeast is part of Nigeria, and we are talking about rotation. Remember why Wike fought Atiku to a standstill, and according to them, decided to bury PDP for them, was because, not even according to them, what everybody knows is the fact that there is this recent agreement, not just an understanding, in the PDP constitution, that the presidency shall be rotated among the geopolitical zones of Nigeria. Our father, the gentleman from Daura, former president Muhammadu Buhari, had spent 8 years as a northerner. Atiku Abubakar is a northerner. Because of his personal ambition, he now wants to betray that fantastic understanding. Now let us push Nigeria forward. Let us give cohesion to Nigeria. Let us give unity to Nigeria. Let no region ever feel that they cannot attain to the highest office in the country. Because it is a common knowledge that until now, some northerners believe that the right to rule Nigeria is their best right. Hence, I do not know for a fact let me make it very clear. Some are saying that some number plates, like Lagos State Center of Excellence, some number plate says where the sun rises. There's a number plate in the north that says born to rule. Are others born to be servants? Are others born to be followers? So the problem is Atiku and Peter Obi can never agree, because sincerely, with all that is going on in the Southeast, the trial of Nnamdi Kanu for terrorism and everything, with the blood that has been shed for the creation of Biafra and such things, which I am not in support of at all. I am in support of regionalism. I'm in support of reviewing the country. I'm in support of making the center not so attractive again. The center is too powerful. Therefore, if Nigeria must be kept together, we must, as a matter of fact, put it in our constitution that power must be rotated between the geopolitical zones. That is the only justice that will save Nigeria. After all, when you look at Section 3 of the Nigerian Constitution, and I think also Section 7, there's a part of the Nigerian Constitution that says, that emphasizes, and I think Section 14 says, look, there should always be reflected what is called federal character in all the offices in the country. And when a president is appointing ministers, he shall not only appoint ministers from his brothers and cronies. The appointment of ministers must be across the nation, from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west. Even though some are always criticizing, they criticize Buhari of cronism, of nepotism. They are criticizing Tinubu of the same thing. That his ministers, his officers are only Yorubas, that he is not spreading it. Therefore, let it be constitutionally provided. The same thing better down to states. State governments must have their commissioners from all the nooks and crannies of the state, from all the local governments. No local government must be left out in the appointment of commissioners. Coming down to local governments. Local governments must have councillors from all the wards, from all the areas constituting the local government. So let me repeat, please. If the APC not be unseated by whatever coalition they are coming together, I think Peter Obi must have a way to work together. Or let me put it more bluntly, for goodness sake, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is not so old. He's still very, very intelligent, very sound, very alive. Why does Alhaji Atiku Abubakar not do the impossible? I know it is impossible. Why doesn't he stoop down to conquer? There's a book with the title, She Stoops to Conquer. Let Alhaji Atiku Abubakar do the impossible, the unimaginable. Let him support Peter Obi to emerge as the presidential flag bearer for the PDP. Let him give all the support in the north. Then we will have a formidable battle against the APC. But if they continue, a house that is divided against itself shall fall, it cannot stand. Remember what I said about years of wicked? Because years of wicked spent a lot of money. He worked for the north. He did everything. He made sacrifices. He was bankrolling a lot of things for the PDP. He wanted to pay the ticket. Some of the persons he thought he could depend on from the north, they betrayed him. And he said, oh, you think others are stupid? That you are the only person that tried to rule Nigeria? Okay, let us see. It will only be a grand deception. Anybody to think that it was not the grievance of P.S. Onwike, now Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, that did a sabotage to the ambition of the PDP. So, I urge Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar, and the leaders of the PDP, our father, Bode George, let them come together. But politicians, they don't really have the interest of the country at heart. They are basically egocentric people. They are selfish people. Where is patriotism? Where is nationalism? Where is the interest of the poor? Now you can imagine all these people coming together under ADC, criticizing APC. Everything they have said against APC, but the things APC said against them, so they want to tackle themselves, thinking that Nigerians are stupid people. My brother, Nigerians are not stupid at all.
So,
2027, if they don't get it right, our father, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, will have an easy ride to have a return ticket. He will not be dead to the fact that so many states are now adopting him. That is to run for 2027 without opposition. Please, don't underestimate the power of Jagaban.
And the power of incumbency.
I didn't get that, please.
I say, and the power of incumbency.
The power of incumbency. Do you know the reason why the people of Akwa Ibom, Rivers, no, Rivers has not totally joined now, but they are from the body language, or the gentleman who has been temporarily removed from office.
Similar life for Barra.
Yes. People are whispering to them. Look at Cross River State. They have joined APC. People are whispering to them with facts and figures. Why must you always remain in the opposition? Look at what the present federal government is doing for the East. Who is the gentleman who is the Minister of Works now? It's an Easterner. He is from Wike. He's from the South.
Dave Omahi is the Minister.
Yeah. And they are giving all jobs to do, to develop their area, to develop Nigeria. If you continue to be in the opposition, how can you attract development to your area? Was it not President Muhammad Buhari who said that how can you expect me to leave people who voted for me to go and develop the areas where I was not voted for? Maybe that was not a patriotic statement, but the gentleman was not being honest. Maybe he was not being diplomatic. But unlike what President Muhammad Buhari said, can anybody in all honesty say now that the president APC government is only developing the areas where he was voted for? I would say the answer to that is no. The answer to that is no. We are seeing what I want to very humbly. I'm not a politician. I don't belong to APC. I don't belong to PDP. I don't belong to any political party. But I want to say very humbly, my view, please, that we are seeing what we call national spread of development. It is a weekend from Abuja, from the Federal Capital Territory. Look at the projects they are launching. They are doing every day. Look at Jeff Umai, the road from Badagry to Sokoto. Look at the things you are seeing all over. Some are saying all these defections, they want to make Nigeria a one-party state. It is not possible. I know some persons, I know some parts of this country. Let Tinubu be the last person standing. They will vote for him. So I think I said enough on that.
Okay, now, as you have alluded to, some members of the ADC are questioning how David Mark becomes interim chairman of the AD of the coalition of the ADC. If they are to go to court, do they have a legal standing? Do they have a matter to question David Mark and to maybe even remove him from the interim chairman of ADC?
They will be further playing into the hands of the APC. Like I said, it is not impossible.
But it's already there. Some of the ADC members are already, complaining about David Mark being the interim chairman. It's already happened.
See, my brother, don't trust politicians. If we were to look at the success of the president of this country, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I will not put it past him that he has deliberately planted some persons in all these parties. Go and see what they are doing. Go and put their house in asunder. Just make sure that they cannot agree. Take X amount of money, fight them, go to court for cases that are not needed. When they are fighting in court, APC is going stronger. So let them go to court. They're always going to court. But at the end of the day, what did they come up with? The APC is focusing on the next election. We are not happy that even before The president marked second year in office. Nigerians are dying over hunger. Nigerians are complaining over lack of power, electricity. Nigerians are complaining over the high cost of everything. And you are insulting us with political campaign. For 2027, when rice that was more or less affordable before you came into power has gone out of the hands of the poor. Transportation, fuel that was 187 got to be over 1,200 naira. And the best you can do for us is to ask us to tighten our belt when our legislators are buying SUVs and they are saying that they cannot buy vehicles made in Nigeria. You are asking Nigerians to sacrifice for Nigeria, but all of you are jumping up and down, going to Dubai, going to America for social occasions. Nobody is thinking of how can we make it easier for Nigerians. I still want this government to bring the price of fuel back to 50 naira per liter. And I'm not a madman, please. Do you know that some Nigerians are actually working against Nigeria? The little war, the 12-day war between Iran and Israel and America. Do you know that some filling stations were already preparing to sell their fuel at 2,000 naira per liter? My brother, I am commending so many things, but I'm a Nigerian. I know what we are going through. So our politicians are not patriotic people. They are only interested in power, in the office, and the money they are getting in the office. And that's the reason why we need a formidable, a serious-minded, a grassroots, a cohesive togetherness that can present a front to the APC. And I said this with conviction from my heart, that if Nigerians look back and they see what they consider to be a formidable opposition to the present APC-led federal government, APC will sweat. APC will sweat. History is on my side. You want me to tell you what I have on mind?
Go ahead, sir.
Yes. There was a time in this Lagos state under Maradona, President Babangida, when he created two parties, the NRC and the LDP, and then two gentlemen were to come. One was to come from NRC, the other was to come from LDP, and they started fighting. That was Dr. Agbala Jobi and the gentleman called Sarumi. They got so bitter in their fight that I think, what is the other party? One unknown entity, what you might call in mathematics, unknown quantity, from which our father, now of blessed memory, Chief Michael Otedola, belonged to one unknown, unpopular party. When Dr. Agbala Jobi and Chief Sarumi could not agree, when Lagosians had to vote, they just ignored the two of them and voted for that extremely lucky gentleman, whose name, incidentally, Otedola, reflected perfectly what happened. And thus, Chief Michael Otedola, against all expectations, became the governor of Lagos State. For those who may want to know, just like the name of Bill of Jonathan influenced his life, the gentleman in Ondo State, I get that you are lucky, Orimiso. Orimiso means my head is good. I get that you are means the world, life is now our own. Otedola means from their enmity, from their gang up against me, I shall emerge to victory. And that's exactly what happened. Their fight against Michael Otedola, their enmity, their bitterness among themselves produced an unusual governor, an unexpected governor of the Lagos State government. Hence, if the FPC were to be so unlucky and PDP and some other parties can come together and present, let me say for whatever it is worth, let me blackmail somebody here. It's not even a blackmail. Let them look at somebody like Babatunde Raji Fashola or whatever they can do. Let them bring him into the PDP. Let them push him against Jagaban, though that will never happen. Let everybody queue behind him. Or bring somebody from the east. Like I said earlier, bring Peter Obi. Queue behind him. Or 30 years of wicked, your while are too much. Come and serve one time. Come back to PDP. And you will see the meaning of politics. Tomorrow, years of wicked will start telling you things about Tinubu that he said before. That the man don't get a move. Don't mind this and that. That is, he will forget that he has not spoken the man. I am repeating myself. Let the opposition, let all the other parties, if they are serious about making Nigeria a greater place, let them form. This their coalition should not stay where it is now. This their coalition should be a coalition of serious-minded, patriotic Nigerians.
Okay.
This is my take.
Okay, let's quickly go to the next topic for discussion, where the United States Mission in Nigeria has announced that all applicants for F, M, and J non-immigrant visas must now adjust their social media account privacy settings to public. F, M, and J visas are non-immigrant visa categories issued by the U.S. government for individuals coming to the country for educational and exchange purposes. The mission stated that applicants in those categories must now set their personal social media profile to public as part of a new visa requirement. The development was announced via the United States Diplomatic Mission, Nigeria's official X page, noting that update was effective immediately. According to the post, the changes meant to complement vetting efforts aimed at determining applicants' identities and their admissibility to the United States. What do you think about this? I mean, we know there's been lots and lots of changes since Donald Trump came back to the White House. They're talking about the U.S. president, and this is part of the so many changes that he's done since coming back to the White House.
Okay. Let me say to our young ones that volenti non fit injuria. That is Latin, a Latin maxim in law. What does it mean? He who volunteers cannot complain. In introducing this policy, the U.S. Embassy has explained, or let's even say the U.S. government said, that being granted a visa to enter the United States is a privilege. It is not a right.
Definitely.
So if it is a privilege and it's not a right, and you volunteer to apply to be entitled to this privilege, you must be willing to abide the rules set by the person who wants to confer this privilege on you. Like we say in common parlance in Nigeria, a beggar has no choice. And after all, they are not making it hidden. It's not a secret. That look, when you want to visit America as a student, as a non-immigrant visitor, we are going to violate your social media privacy as it were. And you agree. You cannot complain. But as to whether that is right or not, sir, let us stop pretending. Maybe you don't know what I mean. Let us stop pretending. Nothing is hidden. Did you hear me, sir?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nothing is hidden. When they were going to, before they killed Muammar Gaddafi, or was it Saddam Hussein, when America was having this issue of weapons of mass destruction, whatever, they showed him, because the man was boasting of what Scott missiles he had and everything. They showed him that he was not safe. They showed him the picture of where he was taking his bath. You know what I'm trying to say, therefore?
Yeah, we do.
Look at, for example, in the recent 12-day war between Israel, America, and Iran, both Israel and America declared that they were going to eliminate the Ayatollah Khomeini. And Trump said, we know where you are. If we want to take you out, we take you out. What am I saying? If America says, for you to enter our country, we are going to violate your social media privacy, even without your permission, they can spy on you. Like they are spying on so many of us. Our televisions, our telephones, all the gadgets we carry are always spying on us. Nothing is hidden. Now, what is the lesson in this for all of us, especially our young ones? People who like to post their nakedness, their nudity, people who have links to drug cartels, people who have all sorts of unimaginable tendencies towards criminality. Like in this 12-day war and the Gaza invasion by Israel, some persons have posted things that are equivalent of declaring war on America on social media. And when you post some things concerning America on social media, a red flag is raised in some quarters, in some intelligence gathering quarters, in some areas with Mossad, with all of them. That's the private army or the secret army of Israel that can go after anybody in the world, and after anybody in the world, and kill the person and do the video report of that person. That's Mossad. So, if you want to visit America and you have posted things that you should never have posted, the Facebook, internet does not forget to.
But we know this is not just America. I mean, this is basically about Donald Trump, because we know what's been he's been trying to eradicate lots of the students that are against him. Once you say anything that's anti-Donald Trump, he's taking you out of the US. So I think this is just basically an anti-Donald Trump, spying as against anti-America,
Can I be honest, please?
Go ahead, sir.
I will ask you again. Can I be honest? I think it is rather naive for some of us to think that whatever Donald Trump is doing is not the dream of the American state. That's rather naive. That's rather too convenient. I was one of those persons who warned my friends that Donald Trump will return to power. Not because I approved of him, but because I could see the body language of some Americans. Did you not see the white supremacists in America, the supremacists in America, that they were ready to fight a war if Donald Trump was not returned?
They were ready to burn the country down.
They were ready to burn the country down. They used sex and apartheid to defeat Kamala Harris. So when some persons are abusing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu with some allegations of crime, greater allegations of crime were presented against Donald Trump, but Americans told all of us to go to hell. This is the man we want. And they repeated what Donald Trump said in his first term: America first. So let us stop pretending that it's not Donald Trump. If it was not Donald Trump, why don't they impeach him? Why did he unilaterally go and bomb Iran? Was that the decision of the United Nations? Why did he unilaterally do something that America did? So it is what Americans want that Donald Trump is doing. And let me just caution myself, please. It's not what it is what. Look, in his first term, he moved the capital of Israel to Jerusalem.
Yeah, from Tel Aviv.
He had what is happening now. He had it planned a long time ago. Rather than present a neutral front and protect the Palestinians, look at what Donald Trump said to the people of Gaza. He said after the bombings, going to the second year, by October now to be second year of intense bombing. He said, you must leave Gaza and give it to us. We want to develop Gaza. All he thinks about is money. Money, money. And you are telling me it's not American. No. They have voted a man that represents their core value. And what is their core value? To take advantage of others, of the lesser privileged. I am a student of history. A student that is not too happy with the way we have been colonized and we are recolonizing ourselves. America never loved Africa. We never loved Africa. Europe, you can go and read the book. Chiwezu, how Europe underdeveloped Africa. Go and read the book. Europe and the rest of us. The rest of Chiwezu. There's a very popular book by a Jamaican. So, people will not be talking and they're replacing the IMF. Anytime IMF is pressing us, it's pressing the Nigerian government, we are doing the wrong thing. Because they are set up to destroy us. They are set who asked Babangida to devalue our naira. I am a 63-year-old man. By January, I'll be 64. So I know I see a few things. I was a citizen of this country when 78 kobo, 80 kobo, less than 1 naira was equivalent to $1. $1. Now, you have to sell your property, sell everything because you want to visit America.
At least I've been born then, so.
That's your party, sir. You have not been born again.
Oh, I've been born then.
So what are we talking about? Africa must wake up. Our students, look, and do you know what a lot of them want to do? They want to go there illegally. They pretend to be students. They really don't mean to be students. They want to go and stay there. What is wrong with Africa? When are we going to see Americans going up at Nigerian embassy, begging for visa to visit Nigeria? Why are we on a regular basis disgracing ourselves? Go and look, sir. I urge Nigerians who are listening to us to go and Google homelessness in America, drug addiction in America. Man, they will run. What you see on social media, the great reality of how America is good, how beautiful America is, how it is a man where freedom flows. It is a lie. Oh. There's daily crime, murder every day, homicide on a daily basis. Somebody is killed illegally in America. Yes, I'm talking right now, sir. Do you know that there's an epidemic in London? Do you know what epidemic I'm referring to?
Academic.
No, epidemic.
Oh, epidemic. Okay.
A serious development of crime, a particular type of crime.
Gun violence.
Boys, yes. Boys violently steal your phones from you. Not pickpockets now. They attack you, they steal your phone. It is so bad that now stores in England are selling special beds for you to tie your phone to your body. Is that happening in Lagos? In our Lagos, that I can leave people you and go to Adeji, leave Adeji and go to Ikeja. From Ikeja, I can go to Oshodi.
It depends on what in Lagos you're talking about. So,
I beg you.
It depends on Lagos where you're talking about.
We are still free. We are still very free. We are still very happy. Our police we are happy. Your boys are here. Okay? Your boys are here. By the time we keep close the 500, everybody is happy. Let us give value to Africa. Let us give value to Nigeria. They continue to humiliate us. Why will you say because I want to visit your country? And look at, did you see the social media explanation by this girl, Fire Ulamida, when some Nigerians wanted to go on a cruise on Honduras? Honduras, a third world country. And Honduras has a policy, visa on arrival. Nigerians, a group of Nigerians who are basically based in America, already with green cards, American green cards, they are residents of America. They now wanted to go on this cruise via Honduras. There's a ship on the shore of Honduras. They now applied. They landed in Honduras only for them to be denied that because they were carrying Nigerian passports. You said visa on arrival. They said visa on arrival for people other than Nigerians. That is as bad as they have treated us.
Okay,
So
sir.
our children, don't think that by all means they must go to America. Good luck to them.
Okay.
But know that you will be stood naked. You will be spied upon. You will be humiliated. You will be harassed. You will be dehumanized. You will be treated less than a human being.
Well, some people may argue that even our leaders are doing the same thing to us here, even as indigents.
Of course now. If not, why would our leaders say, with all the efforts Koshari with us is making, they cannot patronize it, they cannot encourage him. They would rather go and spend money to buy cars from Japan, from China, or wherever. When is Nigeria going to grow? When is Ajakuta going to become functional?
And this is why Nigerians are running to a place where they're not even sure if it will be convenient for them.
Yeah, it is not easy to run. Let us use this great opportunity to tell ourselves the bitter truth. China will not have become what it is today if Chinese were running.
Well, but the leaders there made it comfortable for them not to run. So it's a two-way thing.
Wait, my brother. South Koreans are going through difficult times. North Koreans are going through difficult times.
No, North Korea difficult times. That's a gross understatement. It's practically an autocratic country. Yes, they are in slavery.
Yes. But why are those countries so formidable? Why are they protecting their citizens so much? Because they see the exploitation of America.
Okay, sir.
They see the injustice that America represents.
Okay.
How can our leaders be stealing money from Africa? They bring to Spain, they bring to Europe. And then to return the money to us, they'll be giving us conditions. And you can't blame them. But they know that they bring the money back, the money will be looted again. I hope you understand me.
Yeah, we get it,
What I'm saying is this. There's something bad in seeking greener pastures. The Chinese that left China, do you know they were actually going to America to deliberately understudy America and to steal American technology? And went to Donald Trump recently, threatening China with tariff hike. What did China tell Donald Trump? You are just about 300-year-old civilization. The Chinese civilization is over 5,000 civilization. It should be an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. If we increase our tariff, we increase your tariff. Who is begging now? So I agree with you. Our leaders continue to fail us. And what is the quality of our leaders? Look at what they say sometimes when they are in their Senate and the House of Rep. Look at some of their discussions. You'll be disappointed. But if somebody like you, with your education, with your exposure, you want to go and serve your village, where are you from, my brother? Anambra?
I'm from Cross River State.
Oh, great. If you not tell me, it's okay. So, see, if you have to go to FPC road or you go to White Market and you say you want to carry placards, you can say, I know Calabar.
Yeah, you do. I'm impressed.
Yes, I stood in Unical.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes,
okay. That means we're both Malabites.
Yes, okay, Malabites. Malabite. I was in Ofo and let's remember that. Nigerians are listening. If you were to carry, to declare your ambition, to become maybe a councillor or the local government stand-up, do you know how much you have to spend? Do you know how much?
Because if our education system is in place the way it should be, then we won't be worrying about Nigerians having to apply for FM and J non-immigrant visas. You know, that's the point, the crux of the matter.
No, let me say this. Some parents who not necessarily have stolen money, who themselves lack value, are the ones who want to push their children out of this country to go and take Oyibo education, come back to come and lord it over others. As a Malabite, you know what Lagos you went through. You know what it was, account care and everything that you have to go through to go to the new library, to go to the new complex and everything. You are.
But things have gotten worse since then.
I can imagine. I can imagine.
ASU going on strike every day. I mean, why won't parents want to
It
spend
is the
better
more
money to
reason
send
why.
their children outside of the
See,
country to go study?
wait. Thank you.
When for a 4-year course, you probably stay in university for 6 years because
Thank you.
of
Some people said 7 years. Some say 8 years. For no fault of theirs. I left my teaching job in 1990 to go and read law. The first thing Nigeria did to me was to change my 4-year course to 5-year course. My letter of admission said 4 years from them. Nigerians, insensitive Nigerians, our leaders, lawyers, they compelled us to read 5 years. Then Babangida came 6 months. Other things came. But that is not to say that we must abandon this country. We can't abandon Nigeria.
Okay, sir.
We must remain patriotic. We must be focused. Look at. Let me quickly add this.
Okay. Finally, as we round up, sir.
Yes. When the insurgency in the north became so unmanageable, so terribly bad, and Boko Haram was ravaging Nigeria, northern Nigeria, a professor from one of our universities said there is a foreign power sponsoring Boko Haram in Nigeria and the Sahel. He said France, the country called France, was behind Boko Haram. And when during the time of Buhari, Boko Haram resurfaced and it become more intense, like the gathering power is now. Foreign powers came to rescue Chibok girls and whatever. That was during the period of Jonathan. What happened to the foreign powers that came? Did they not leave? Is it not recently that we are learning now that the so-called NGOs who are pretending to be non-governmental organizations were actually the funds being used to smuggle in weapons to terrorists? Foreign countries are not necessarily the friends of. Okay, I was trying to remember what I wrote me. How Europe that developed Africa. Then Europe and the rest of us. Go and read those books. You become so angry with all these Oyibo people.
Okay, sir.
And you know that we are enslaved, and to be free, the consciousness must come from all of us, parents and students, that we must come together to make Nigeria great.
Okay.
To make Nigeria great, and Nigeria will be great.
Amen.
APC, PDP, whoever is going to emerge, let it not be an enemy of Nigeria. Let a thoroughbred Nigerian, a man who has known hunger, a man who can walk freely on the streets of Lagos, not with a battalion of protection, of army of protection.
Okay.
I think I've said it, my brother.
Okay.
And I wish Nigerians the very best.
Amen. Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure talking to you, Barrister Omolaja.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That was Shakiru Omolaja, a legal practitioner and current affairs analyst, talking to us on matters. Okay, the phone lines are open. I have about 15 minutes to get your calls and read some messages I'm already seeing here. Number to call is 0700-903-903-903. Again, 0700-903-903-903. Or 0803-692-9933. Or call us or text us via WhatsApp 08081-717-56338. Okay, first caller via WhatsApp. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Solomon.
Thank you very much.
Good afternoon.
Talking to you. Good afternoon, John Legend. Thank you for joining us on the show.
Yeah, this is John Legend calling.
Yes, can you switch off your radio and TV set? I can virtually
My
hear
take-
myself. A legal practitioner. and
My
current
take is
affairs
this.
analyst talking to us on
Nigerian people shouldn't be
matters.
confused again. That what happens to
John
us
Legend. Hello, can you hear me?
2023.
15
Should-
minutes to. Sorry, I had to cut your call, John Legend. I could hear your radio. I was listening to myself, and unfortunately, the talk behind you is like 5 minutes behind. So call me back, but make sure your radio or TV set is totally switched off. Okay, if we have more calls. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us on the show.
My name is Shola.
Shola.
I'm calling from yes.
Okay, talk to us,
Yes,
sir.
your guest has spoken brilliantly. And the truth of the matter is, when we put all these things together, the problem of Nigeria are the recycled kinds of politicians that we have that are selfish. You understand that the problem of this country, we don't have good leadership, and it is not happening just by chance. There's a saying that the people deserve the kind of leadership they have. Look at how Nigerians are at a crossroad now. We are just so bent on changing leadership without being concerned about the people that will take over. Now, ADC is coming as a hope. And for me personally, I don't expect Atiku. You understand? Because he's not any different from Tinubu to me. He's not any different. He was a VP? Was he not the one in charge of the privatization? Selling all the assets and everything. And the one that even tell me the most about Atiku, look at when the brother was killed. You will know that who is not a nationalist. The brother was killed, he commiserated, and when his religious people mentioned he killed the commiseration. So Obi represents the change. It's not like this is not a tribal thing. There's a competent person get there with a new set of people. Let's see something different. But you see that there's not primary. You see some people, even practically for me, the people that I look up to, they're now back to the same problem we had before. Anybody but the government in power, just like it happened during Jonathan. Now, they are saying that they will be go for it. But being a big is a satire attack, and the ideology is there. So anything aside Obi or any other credible person, it is the same article, we are still at the same level.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you too. Okay, let me read some messages here. But which marabout from Mali told Atiku that he will be president before he dies? And why did he give Atiku such a big lie that is making the man running Kaba Kaba and Kitty Kitty since 1992? The man refused to rest. The marabout is so wicked. How about if this coalition work, Atiku must bury his personal ambition and put the country first. Olushoga Ajayi from Odonlai Korodu. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Solomon.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us on the show today.
Even though that was one name, it mean my soup.
It's Ofem, not Ofem. Ofem.
Okay.
OFEM.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, talk to us, sir. Your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Tama calling from Lagos mainland.
Okay, talk to us, sir.
Yeah, first off, why people always obese obese matter? Why are these people so quick to? I mean, the Labour Party people. Why are they so quick to want to? After all, nobody have told Atiku anything or Rotimi Amechi. Why is it every time Obi this, Obi that? What's wrong with some people about this Obi of a man? Now, secondly, coming to this coalition or something, Obi is the person who has the blueprint to change this country. Believe it or not. I know Atiku is good, but Obi has the blueprint, so he should be given a chance. And also, this is the time for the South to rule. And since Obi has said that he wants to go for a tenure, he should be excused for one tenure. Even I know that Atiku wants to be president at all costs, you get it? But he can still be used, you know. He will not get old. Since he has a lot of money, he will always look fresh. You understand? So even if it is to be 4 years to rule, he can still become president after the 4 years, and he will still look young. He will not look old because he has the money.
Okay.
You get it?
Okay, I do. Okay.
Let us excuse a bit to handle this, please.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, let's read some messages. I disagree with your guest online with you. When I hear my father Bola Tinubu, I realize he's biased. How can a competent person suggest to Mr. Peter Obi and Atiku to go back to PDP where Wike has hijacked the party to himself and APC? Your guests forget to point it out that selling point of Tinubu, which is performance. What will President Tinubu campaign with as achievement come 2027? I rest my case. Ernest Izichukwu from Akunwojo. Good afternoon, Mr. Solomon. I so much want to thank your guest on today's show. He has said the hard truth. Anytime IMF World Bank praise any country, it means the country is seriously on wrong path. President Tinubu took the most wrong path from the first day, removing fuel subsidy coupled with naira devaluation. All that are wrong policy. Subsidy is right of every citizen. If you travel abroad, you're going to enjoy your subsidy. So why must our subsidy be removed? IMF and World Bank are a problem. Take it or leave it. OZ from Orisumbari Shasha. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Solomon Asika from Mushi. Please tell your guest an analysis, Barrister Molaja, to help us tell the government to provide security and make the nation conducive enough for its citizens, and everything will fall back in place. Is only the elite that could send their children overseas for study, or is it the poor that can't pay for electricity, thinking of how to send his or her children overseas? Okay, let's pick more calls. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us, sir.
Good afternoon, Ikamejude. My name is Meche from Idimo.
Okay, this is Solomon on the line, not Ikamejude.
Oh, Solomon of Fame. Sorry. Two of you are my heroes.
Yeah,
both
thank
you
you.
and Ikamejude. I love you guys.
It is fine. Someone say we sound a little similar, so I can excuse your confusion. Okay, talk to Rosa. Your name, please?
Okay, my name is Meche.
Meche. Okay, calling from?
Idimo.
Meche from Idimo. Okay, talk to us, sir.
Okay, please, I want to make a plea.
Okay.
And my plea is that the whole media houses and you journalists, the owner of media house, so that you can debunk this insinuation that Obi, my brother, is better than Atiku, my uncle. All right?
Okay.
I am from Enugu. I grew up in the north. And I know the heartbeat of the two regions. Yes. I can tell you categorically, here in the south or southeast, if you go there, everybody knows the jingle of Peter Obi. And once you cross River Benue or Lokoja, what you'll be hearing, everything on the mouth of every lip is just Atiku. And I can tell you that these are two great heroes of this nation. They mean well for us. Atiku mean good for us. Obi mean well for us as well. So what we are saying is now that how can we harmonize these two great leaders? And the burden lies on you, the media houses. How do you unite between the two divides to know that they are fighting for the common interest? It takes politicking before administration. Obi is an astute. Atiku combined the little of administration and much more of politicking. The only bullet that can kill this monster called bad governance now is Atiku. I am telling you deep down from my heart. No sentiment and nothing like being biased. You understand?
Okay. Well, let me let you in on something. Our job in the media is not to unify anyone. Our job in the media is to inform and to educate people.
Yes, it's that education that I want to talk about.
Once I put on this mic, I am not an APC member or a PDP member, an ADC coalition or Labour Party. Our job is to inform people on the latest what's happening.
Yes. Pardon my ignorance.
And that's why in some countries they call the journalists the fourth chair of government, because we keep the government.
The watchdog.
Exactly, we keep them on their toes. We keep them accountable, especially in a country like this where the executives and the legislature rather and the judiciary are not strong enough to
all of them are fused into one body. All of them are both arms of executive.
So that is where we come in to keep the government accountable.
Yes. Okay. And we love that. So, okay. But what I want you to understand, so that the Southerners will not just say if it is either Obi or nobody. The main thing is to make the coalition work for? If it works, whoever they pick among them.
We've had a couple of persons that have called even on this show to let us know, hey, as far as it's not a Tinubu or APC, they are good with everyone. So it's not exactly a unified voice that everybody's shouting Peter Obi. Some people are saying they don't care if it's Atiku that's coming out, as far as it's someone that's just someone to take APC and Tinubu out of power is okay by them.
All right.
Okay.
The man with many wives. Keep on doing it.
Thank you very much for calling.
All right, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, Solomon. More time should be allotted to this program. It is better than those clowns who come around by Shegun by Alagbadu. Okay, thank you very much, Shegun. Solution to Nigerian problem is regionalization with parliamentary system. The center is too powerful with only one man controlling all power and resources. Elder Isaac from Idimo. Thank you very much, Elder Isaac. Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, good afternoon, Solomon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. Your name, where you calling from?
Ben from Eba.
Okay, so please, 1 minute. We're about to round up. You're probably the last caller I'm going to be talking to. Okay.
Obi defeated Atiku in the North Central in 2023 general election. Tinubu is not facing Nigeria. He's not facing anywhere. There is no place he's facing. In the east or in the north or anywhere, there is no place. Tinubu, not Lagos Calabar Coastal Road is not FISA is not good. It's a white elephant project, so they should not deceive us. I think it's the problem of this country now. I'm telling you the truth. It was Atiku that made Obi to leave PDP. Atiku said that they should not zone what they don't have. That they should give him that they have 11 million votes in the bank. They should give him the ticket. He will win election. He needs 5 million votes to win election for PDP. I don't know what Atiku is looking for. I don't know what I'm not. Since 1979, these Northerners have ruled this country. These Northerners, both as a military head of state and as a democratically elected president. Yeah? I don't know what Atiku is. It only them? Is there anywhere in the constitution that an Igbo man will not rule this country?
Okay.
It is the son of Igbo. Okay. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Good afternoon, VOP. Nigeria is now a sorry state. The only ray of hope is the ADC coalition. Since the South still has 4 years, Peter Obi is the answer. Chima from Surulere. Okay, thank you very much, Chima. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, King Solomon Osen.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for joining us on the show.
God bless you. My name is Peter Usifo, and I'm calling from Abaranjene.
Oh, my new friend, Peter Usifo. Okay.
Yeah.
So, please, 1 minute, because you're the last caller for today. 1 minute, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I would have loved my listeners to follow the line of my argument and logic.
Okay.
But there's no time for them to reply me now.
Okay.
Instead of criticizing me, I would have loved them to make a critique of my argument. But be that as may, let me continue. First, Atiku.
You have 30 more seconds.
Okay. In fact, there is nowhere in our constitution where there is a rotational presidency.
Okay.
That is one. And Atiku did not make a mistake in 2023 when he contested. Remember, Buhari took over from Jonathan, even when Jonathan had not completed his second term as it was. That is the 8 years. So, and even in America, you cannot say that you must complete your 8 years when you are in a Republican or when you are in a Democrat. So it all depends on the personality involved. So this time around, Atiku will not make any mistake if he contests. To say that he wants to take over from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But be that as it may, I want to just quickly say that there will be no vacancy in National Call 2028.
according to you, right?
Let me declare that Peter Obi will not make any mistake by saying that he's going to contest under ADC. Remember the 27-man assembly members in Rivers State. They defected to PDP.
Okay. It's time to go. It's time to go, Peter.
But that does not mean that. Hello.
It's time to go.
Conclude?
Yeah, please.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, thank you very much.
In conclusion, Labour Party have said that they are going to expel P2B, and that may stand. So they will not
that
say
will stand.
that it is APC that is
okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Peter.
Thank you very much. God bless you. God bless you.
No vacancy, according to Peter. Okay, well, 2027 is around the corner. We'll see. Okay, let me read this last couple of messages as a round-up. Good afternoon. Peter Obi is nothing. Frank from Egbeda. Okay, thank you very much, Frank. Atiku is a Nigerian citizen. He can't be president. Of course, he can be president. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Solomon. With ADC party emerging, it's glaring that APC government and their musketeers are psychopaths, are scared and jittery. You know what they should be, because the foundation that brought this government into power is not credible. All that is, those won't work. Like Dele Farotimi said, you can't bribe your way to power and expect development. Now that Obi is the bride that is Nigeria, as Nigerians are looking up to, let Atiku support Obi by collapsing all of his structure for him and campaign for him. This Lekon from Lagos. Thank you very much, Lekon. Okay, it's time for us to go. If you're calling or sending messages now, sorry, you're too late. We'll be right back tomorrow, this time with Chioma. Chioma will be here to anchor the program tomorrow, while I'll be back on Thursday. Now, do follow all our social media handles at VOP903FM. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at VOP903FM. Good afternoon, and thank you for listening. I am Solomon of Ciao.